We are live now. Assalamu alaikum. Viewers,
वालेकुम सलाम सर।
आप कैसे सर? वालेकुम। Viewers, आप लोग कैसे हैं? मैं आज एक बार फिर मसूद आलम साहब के साथ एक नए टॉपिक के साथ आपके सामने हाजिर हुआ हूँ। आज का हमारा ये टॉपिक इंग्लिश फ्लुएंसी के ऊपर। मसूद आलम साहब जो एमफिल इंग्लिश है, उन्होंने तकरीबन 18 साल से ज़्यादा टीचिंग की और लातादाद इनके स्टूडेंट उनकी ज़िंदगी को चेंज किया इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज के हवाले से। तो हम इस टॉपिक के हवाले से उनसे कुछ टिप्स भी लेंगे और ट्रिक्स भी लेंगे। तो मैं मज़ीद जो है इस प्रोग्राम को आपके सामने पेश करने से पहले मसूद आलम साहब से रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि थोड़ा सा वो अपना इंट्रोडक्शन करवा दें। इसके बाद हम बाकायदा इस प्रोग्राम को शुरू करते हैं। सर, प्लीज गिव यू योर लिटिल इंट्रोडक्शन।
जी सर, मेरा नाम मोहम्मद मसूद आलम है और मैं एक इंग्लिश टीचर हूँ, टीचर्स ट्रेनर हूँ। और जहाँ तक मेरी क्वालिफिकेशन का ताल्लुक है, मास्टर ऑफ फिलासफी इन इंग्लिश लिटरेचर हूँ और ब्रिटिश काउंसिल का सर्टिफाइड इंग्लिश ट्रेनर भी हूँ। और पाकिस्तान कुशाब से मेरा ताल्लुक है।
Thank you very much. So today our topic is how to create fluency in speaking English. English is a second language, and we all are facing difficulties for fluency, as well as we are facing vocabulary issue. Our topic is today is how to get fluency in speaking. You can describe little bit, then we can continue further.
Yes. We will try our best to just focus our discussion on the topic that you have just told before the audience or the viewers. Before going towards the steps, the points that can create fluency in English speaking fluency, especially for those people for whom English is a second language, I will draw your attention towards that why this reluctancy and hesitation come for the English speakers, for those English as a second language. Sir, if we draw our attention towards how a child learns a language of mother tongue, I just want to say that when the child just comes into the world, two things are very I think the two skills that has been bestowed by the creator, that is listening and visual coding. This is I am just telling you about the child who has just come into the world. He has two main talents, two main characteristics: listening and visual codings. And on the other hand, when the same child, when he gets matured enough or he gets an adult, these two characteristics or talents decreases with the passage of time, not increases with the passage of time, because certain flow of information, when he just grows up, a certain flow of information just comes into the mind, and that is why the child just can cram or learn the written material more faster or more better than the person who is matured enough or adult enough. This is the one thing. The other thing is that, as I have told you in my last lecture, that that the person who are the natives and their language, English is their the native language. For them, to speak English is a unconscious effort. That is why we feel a spontaneity. Their thinkings and expressions is basically linked with spontaneity. While on the other hand, for us, for whom English is a second language, and we are just, you know, that we are 3 to 4 language speakers. This speaking is not the unconscious effort on our part. For us, it is a conscious effort. So I can say that first of all, it is a we start with the unconscious effort that we are just going to express ourselves. But when the we just go on towards the discussion and go deeper into the topic, this unconscious effort changes into a conscious effort. Why this unconscious effort change into a conscious effort? Because there are layers, 1, 2, 3 or 4 layers of languages that has taken place in our minds. While on the other hand, for the English, for whom who are the English speakers, basically the natives, and for whom English is their mother tongue, they do not think twice to speak once. But we have to think thrice sometimes, or think twice to speak once, because there are certain kind of vocabulary for the first language, second language, and third language. That is why whenever we just want to express ourselves in our second language, the certain kind of vocabulary just come into our mind, and we are to sort out those vocabulary and just changes those signs of vocabulary to express ourselves in second language. So these are the things that just create hindrance and hesitation for the people whom English is a second language. And this thing is not, you cannot say that this is the inability on our part, that we are the Pakistanis, and for us English, speaking English is creates a bit of hindrance. No, wherever the people for whom any language is a second language, they feel the same experience as well as we do. So this is first of all, I just wanted to say for the viewers and the listeners that why the child that who just come into the world, and he speaks fluently his mother tongue 3 to 4 years, after 3 to 4 years. But what happens when that child gets matured enough and gets adult enough, and he is to ask to just speak the second language, and the same boy feel hindrance and hesitation. So this is the root cause that I have just shared with you. This is the one thing. Now specific thing is that we are just I'm just going to take you and the viewers and the listeners to the main topic. And now, okay, we are facing hindrance and we are facing hesitation while speaking a second language. Now, what steps or what kind of tips can we do to create fluency? This is the main topic that you have just introduced in the beginning of the session. Sir, have you do you have any question regarding the things that I have just told you before? Or just I carry on with the discussion?
Yeah.
Do you have any question, sir?
Yeah, I will ask you. Basically, first I request my viewers who is watching us. दोस्तों, अगर आपके जहन में कोई इंग्लिश फ्लुएंसी के हवाले से या इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज के हवाले से कोई इशू है, अगर आप अपना क्वेश्चन हमें हमारे साथ शेयर करना चाहें तो आप बिल्कुल शेयर कर सकते हैं, और हम उसको पर्टिकुलर आपके क्वेश्चन को आंसर करेंगे। अगर आप लोगों को फ्लुएंसी के अंदर, इंग्लिश स्पीकिंग के अंदर प्रॉब्लम आ रही है, तो आप अपने जो है प्रॉब्लम्स को हमारे साथ शेयर कर सकते हैं और इस अपॉर्चुनिटी से फायदा उठा सकते हैं। Sir, as soon as we will get any particular question from our viewer, I am asking you one thing. As you told, this fluency is only in subconscious level. If we are talking and we are describing our emotions or our feelings or what we want to tell anyone, or what we are asking for anyone, How to you have any tips or trick how our mind or our body will work on subconscious level to create this fluency as we are talking in our national language or our native language. You have any special one tip or many tips you have, I know, but especially one tip you can describe here?
Yes, sir. Nagani Sahib, there are many tips, but I just want to tell you that this thing is linked with practice, practice, practice. As I told you that we are 3 to 4 language speakers, at least 3 language speakers. But if I can speak 3 languages, or you can speak 3 languages, and in 24 hours, now we will have to judge what kind of language we use most of the time in that 24 hours. If we use a particular language in 24 hours and we give more time to certain language in 24 hours, it is basic. You can say that, yeah, or you can feel that in that language one can feel fluency, one can create fluency because he gives more time to that certain language. Are you getting my point, sir?
Yeah.
Because it is linked with usage, more practice. It in any language, if you just practice more, you will get the fluency.
Yes, you are right. Last time I listened some quote from Muhammad Ali Kile. Muhammad Ali is a well-known boxer, and when he enter in a ring, and his mind is only focus on win, and he know, and he have a lot of practice how to tackle his opponent. And when he enter in the room, this ring, and in few seconds, sometimes he defeat his opponent just for practice. And here is also practice make perfect. And if we practice daily, or in how every time, or whatever you have time in your then you can easily get fluency. Yeah, practice is everyone
Yes,
we know. Everyone we know how to cope over this issue with practice. But our main issue is environment, where we will talk, or where we will practice speaking fluency. This is
okay.
my next
I give
question.
you very, very good question. We can create our own environment. How? You are just now. I am giving you the tip number one. You are just to create 7 to 8 or um, um, 6 to 5 members are the friends who have the same motive, who have the same objective. Now, what kind of objective? All those friends should have the objective to create English speaking fluency. When they are all motivated to achieve a certain objective, now what will they do? They will create a topic that first topic, and then they will create they will spare a specific time in 24 hours daily, because that group will discuss a certain topic daily at a particular time. Now, what kind of topic? By mutual understanding, mutual consensus, they will just create a topic that this is the topic that we will discuss in that specific period, in that specific time that they have just spared for discussion. Now, every group member or every friend will be asked to create as many questions as they can regarding that topic, and they will just create words, create sentences, and create certain kind of vocabulary that will be used to satisfy the topic. Now, when the particular time of discussion starts, each and every member will question, and the other members will answer them, and they will all restrict themselves that they will speak the targeted language, because their targeted language would be English. So in this way, in 24 hours, they will find a time, they will create a time that for 1 hour they will discuss themselves in a certain topic. Why I'm just saying this, that they will just focus themselves on a certain topic, because that certain topic will just motivate them, will urge them to locate certain sentences, certain words, certain vocabulary to satisfy the topic. So in this way, the interest will be created, and a healthy discussion will be made, and they will just find at home when they discuss themselves, and in this way, when they after 7 to 8 days or 15 to 16 days, they will feel that a certain kind of fluency is just coming into their minds. So this is the one thing that one tip that I have just given before you. Now, the other thing is, as I told you, that listening is more important. When the child just comes into the world, he just listens. Now, for listening, what kind of things can be done? You can listen CNN News, you can listen BBC News, and you can watch or listen movies. Now, what will this create? These things will create, because whenever you listen the certain target language, you will just find the accent of the and the pronunciation, certain intonation, and when you will just watching a movie, and the certain particular characters find themselves in a situation, they will just produce particular sentences to satisfy the situation. And this practice listening, and then listening will, what will the listening activity do? It will accumulate more the words and the vocabulary in the mind of the person who is going to, who will speak, or who will create fluency in the end. So listening and watching movies is the other tip that they can do to create fluency. Now, I have just discussed before you the situational language, and before this, there is a functional language as well. What is a functional language? Functional language is basically a language that is used to perform a certain function. Now, I have just discussed before you the certain function of this the group that has been created by the motivated person, 6 to 7 or 7 to 8 members who are just motivated to to achieve a certain target, and the target is to create a fluency, English speaking fluency. For them, creating a topic and having a discussion is basically requires a functional language, because they have just created a functional language. Functional language will just help them to accumulate the words and the sentences and the certain vocabulary. Now, situation. What is the situation? Situation is basically another step of the functional language. Whenever we just put our foot out of our doors, and we just go to the market or some other places, we find ourselves in a certain, suddenly we find ourselves in a certain situation where particular words and the sentences are required to meet the certain that particular situation. So when I am just giving you the tip that watching movies and just putting the attention towards the utterance of the words created by the characters in a certain situation, these things will create fluency. These things will just remove or open the many things regarding that target language. Because whenever the language comes into the daily life, as usage in the daily life, you will feel, you will create fluency. The more you use the particular language, the more you will create fluency in that targeted language. So this is the
Yes.
third point that I have just given before you. Now, if you have any other question, then I will go further regarding these things.
Yeah, we have yes.
Or any
Uh,
question from the viewers or the listeners?
yeah, we were yes, they are watching, but no have any other question from our viewer side. They only praise us. One of guys say hi, other one is nice topic, and like this. And yeah, for fluency in English, yes, we know you share us tips, and really this is very helpful for us if we follow these tips in our daily life. uh, Sir, you have a lot of experience for regarding this, but still, my one question is still, uh, if we are talking with someone in our locality or in our surrounding, other person is just like hooting or like they are making joke or fun on us. How to cope this issue? If yeah, in amateur state, we are in learning stage, our English speaking not like as a native English who is talking. Uh, for this one issue,
Yes,
other
I get your question.
person, yeah, other person will make fun of us. How to cope this problem, or how to be fluent?
Yes,
Yes,
great question, sir. I will just make you clear, sir. I will try to make it clear. Sorry. I will just once again want to take you back to my to the to my discussion that when a child comes into the world, what happens? How the child just listen learns the second certain language. The thing is that when mother teaches the certain words or certain sentences before the child, she and after 2 to 3 years, that child just speak the words or the certain sentences that he has heard in that period. Do you ever remember that we discourage our children that you are just speaking some kind of broken words or broken sentences? No, we did not do any kind of these things. We support
we are
them,
more than happy.
and whenever the we become happy that he is just reproducing those words, and we did not just say that no, this is not the thing, this is not the word that I have just make you listen, but I have just reproduce before you the words, the complete sentences or the complete words, but you, the child, are just speaking broken sentences and broken words or intelligible words. No, we just our facial expressions are very lovable, and we just show our affection, show our compassion for the for that child, that at least he is speaking the language that I have make him listen in that particular period. So in the same way, and you are just in a foreign country where English is a native for the speakers, and for you is a second language. and you have just experienced there that whenever you try to talk the natives in their language, English language, and they feel that that you are just speaking some kind of sometimes broken words or some kind of broken sentences, and you have experienced that they never discourage us. They never discourage. They have never discouraged you, because two things, sir, I want to, Sir Nagani Sahib, I want to tell you that whenever you speak with the person for whom, with the person in his native language, and your language is consist of broken words or broken sentences, what will happen? These things or these broken words, when touch the ear of the native speaker, what will he do? Those words will just go right into the mind of that native. He will trust. Why I am just saying that those words, those broken words will touch the mind into the native speaker, because he will try to just get the question that what kind of get the answer that what kind of question are you just asking him, or what is your need, or what kind of views are you just going to throw before that person. He will just connect those words. One thing. Now when you you speak that with that native speaker in a fluent manner without any hesitation, what will that thing do? That thing will go straight into his heart. Now, because now he feel that that the person who has just left the country and he is a stranger into my country, and he is speaking to me in my native language with a fluent manner, and certain kind of intimacy will be created. So I have just given you the example that of the native speakers to whom the broken words or the sentences are spoken before, they do not discourage us. But this discouragement comes from our side, sir.
Yes.
This discouragement comes from our side, but but this thing, I think that we should just support ourselves, because I have just told you that we are the 3 to 4 language speakers, and this is not a conscious effort on our part, and unconscious effort on our part. It is a conscious effort, because whenever we think twice, or we think thrice, and then we focus our attention towards the targeted language. This is the thing that just create a bit of hindrance. And whenever this hindrance, this is a natural phenomena. And I have just told you that if you are 3 to 4 language speakers, and in 24 hours, if you just give more importance to a particular language, in that particular language you will create fluency. This is a simple theory. This is nothing I think a secret in it. A simple theory that the more you practice a certain language, the more you just get fluency. This is the thing that I just want to tell you.
Sir, one of our viewer is asking, please suggest a site or book for improving grammar.
Can you repeat your question, sir, because some of the words get skipped?
Yeah, he is asking, please suggest a site, website, or a book for improving grammar.
Okay, sir.
I have one website, and when we will finish this session, I will put this link here in again inside of this our comments. I will put. I have one very good website. They are very good for grammar, especially. They are focusing on grammar, and very good. This trainer, I know this. She is from Canada, and she is on YouTube. And I will give them this link. And this one is very, very, very attractive. They have good stuff on website, YouTube, and we are also planning. You, Masood Alam, you are also planning to give a lot of tips and tricks about grammar, and you are working on it. I know it, and very soon you will upload your all stuff on YouTube also. Sir, our session time already 30 minutes is going already past, and this topic is not we are covering in one session or in 30 minutes, but yeah, you are a busy person, and we will continue in our next session, and this topic, or maybe we are coming, we will be live very soon in with the next topic. You will give some last message to our viewer who is watching us, or who will be watching in soon, in future. Give one
Okay,
message.
sir. My message is that if you want to create fluency, and because I will just want to link my message towards the topic that we have discussed in our 30 minutes, that if you want to create a fluency, just speak and speak. And if you will just put your attention more towards the grammatical rules and learning the grammars, I think this thing will just create a bit of hindrance, because a child, when he just begins to speak after 4 to 5 years with his parents and with his family members in a fluent manner, the language that he has listened in that period, he does not know any kind of language rules, grammatical rules. So it is good to have a grammatical rules in your mind, but to create a fluency, practice, practice, and practice.
Sir, thank you. Last one question is I'm reading here, live going on. This they sent this message. Which is the best accent, British or American?
If you are in England, and for you, the accent of the certain country is the best. And if you are in Canada, and you will just put your attention how those people just pronounce those certain words, certain English words, and then you will compare it, and the American accent, and the British accent, and the Canadian accent, and then you will, if I want to say that wherever the English is a native language for certain country, you will follow the certain accent,
Okay.
and
No,
that accent is the best for you.
yes, you are right. But sorry, well, last from my side, uh, in Pakistan, which is better? I think in our Pakistan, we are following British, I think.
Yes, yes.
We
Most
are
of the time
following
we follow
British.
British.
Yeah, basically, we all adopted all the things from British culture. They ruled us before, and that's why we are following all their educational systems, and we are following all their things. And yes, you are right. Every country, they have their own accent. British is different one, American is different, and here in Canada is also very different. Here speaking is a little bit different from American and British. Thank you very much, sir, and we will soon again live with new topic. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you too.